Why is restricted party screening important to my business? Government laws and regulations prohibit the exchange of commodities, technical data, or services with certain parties or entities that have been deemed irresponsible traders or a threat to national security or foreign policy interests. The burden of compliance is placed on corporations, and the consequences of non-compliance can result in monetary fines, loss of export privileges, and/or incarceration. What is restricted party screening? Restricted or denied party screening, or RPS, involves a comparison of your customers, suppliers, vendors, manufacturers, and employees to the many global, blacklist, restricted, and denied party lists to ensure that the parties with which you are doing business are not on one of these global restrictions lists. If a company, entity, or person in a business transaction appears to be a potential match to a name on one of the lists, additional due diligence is required before proceeding. Where do these lists come from? Unfortunately, there is no single government source of information listing the thousands of restricted parties. Instead, governments and agencies around the world each publish various entity lists and trade restrictions, leaving companies to face the challenges of how to manage and screen against the overwhelming volume of information without impacting productivity. Livingston consolidates over 90 American, Canadian, European, and other international lists into a central database that is monitored and updated daily on behalf of our clients. Clients always remain in compliance as list updates are made automatically. What kind of penalties do violators face? Penalties depend on a number of factors, including the severity of the infraction and the company's track record in all areas of international trade compliance. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. PayPal, a licensed money services business headquartered in San Jose, California, has agreed to remit $7,658,300 to settle its potential civil liability for processing 486 transactions, totaling approximately $43,934, in apparent violation of sanctions programs administered by the U.S. Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC. For several years, up to and including 2013, PayPal failed to employ adequate screening technology and procedures to identify the potential involvement of U.S. sanctions targets in transactions that PayPal processed. In another case, Commerce Bank agreed to settle with OFAC over apparent violations of OFAC regulations for $258,660,796. For several years, up to and including January 2010, Commerce Bank processed thousands of transactions through U.S. financial institutions that involved countries, entities, or individuals subject to the sanctions program administered by OFAC. Are you doing it right? To learn more about restricted party screening, drop us a line at tradesphere@livingstonintl.com.